Okay, example 2 says that simplify x raised to 5 plus 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 8 divided by x squared plus 3x plus 2. And whenever we are given a function, let's say p of x is given as q of x over r of x, if q of x degree is greater than or equals to r of x degree, then we make a division is possible. But if q of x is less than or equals to r of x, we don't make any division. But in our case, let's see our example. This is what we call q of x. This is q of x. This is r of x. Since q of x, the highest degree is 5. 5 is greater than, what will be the highest degree of r of x? 2. Therefore 5 is greater than 2. We make a longer division. Let's make this solution. So the longer division, it says that we have to make, this is our quotient, x raised to 5 plus 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus dividend, and x squared plus 3x plus 2. So x raised to 5 is our highest degree. First we make x raised to 5. When x raised to 5, this number divided by this, x raised to 5 divided by x squared, we know that a raised to x over a raised to y is equals to a raised to x minus y. Therefore x raised to 5 minus 2, this is equals to x cubed. Therefore x cubed. When x cubed divided by x raised to 5, when x cubed divided by x raised to 5, it become x raised to 5. When x cubed multiplied by 3x, it become 3x raised to 4. When x cubed divided by 2x squared plus 2x cubed, so this is negative. So negative times negative, x raised to 5 minus 3 x raised to 4 minus 2 x cubed. Therefore this will be cancelled by this. Therefore when this negative 3x raised to 4 will be brought, when 4x cubed minus 2x squared is, this is equals to 2x cubed minus 6x squared minus 8. Therefore we use this negative 3x raised to 4 divided by the first coefficient x squared. Therefore this is equals to negative 3x squared. Therefore negative 3x squared. When negative 3x squared multiplied by x squared, this is equals to minus 3x raised to 4 minus 9x cubed minus 6x squared. Therefore by negative this become positive, by negative this become positive, by negative this become positive. This will be cancelled, and this plus this is 11x cubed, this will be cancelled, minus 8. Therefore when 11x cubed divided by the coefficient of this, or what we call r of x, is the highest degree coefficient, this x squared. Therefore this is equals to 11x. Therefore plus 11x. When 11x multiplied by x cubed, this is equals to 11x cubed. When 11x multiplied by 3x, it become plus 33x. When 11x plus 2 plus 22, therefore this is negative. This will be cancelled, and this is equals to, when 11x times this is 3x squared. Therefore minus 33x squared minus 22x minus 8. Therefore minus 33x squared divided by this coefficient x squared is equals to minus 30. So we will write minus 33. Therefore minus 33 times 3x minus 33x squared. When minus 33 multiply this, minus 99 what x, minus 33 times 2 minus 66 Therefore binary negative, it become positive, positive, positive. This will be cancelled, and this is equals to what? 77 x plus 50. This is from 16 to this 8, 558. Therefore when we multiply 77x divided by x squared, this is r of x. This is the first one is q of x. This is q of x, and this is r of x. Since the degree of q of x is less than r of x, we don't make any division. Therefore when x raised to 5 plus 4x cubed minus 16x squared minus 8 divided by x squared plus 3x minus 2 is equals to quotient q of x plus r of x over what? Divisor, when dividend over this function, over, let's say this c of x over c of x. Therefore this is equals to, our quotient is this, x cubed minus 3x squared plus 11x minus 33 plus r of x is our final remainder, 77x plus 55 plus 77x plus 58 over c of x is this function, x squared plus 3x minus 2. And now we are going to talk about the zero of a function. The zero of a function is any value of a variable that make a given function zero. For example, let's say f of x is equals to x minus 2. What is this number that will make this function 0? Let's say x minus 2 is equals to 0, x is equals to 2. When you insert 2 in terms of x, this function becomes 0. Therefore x is equals to 2 is what? The zero of a function. The zero of a function means zero of function is exactly equals to what? The zero of function is exactly x-intercept. Whenever you are asked to find the zero of a function, simply it is asking you to find the x-intercept. And r is the zero of a function, and we know that if r is a zero of a function, then x minus r is a factor of f of x. X is equals to r is solution of the equation. So when we generalized NB, zero of a function is equals to x-intercept. This is equals to solution of the equation. For example, in our first example, f of x is equals to x minus 2, x is equals to 2 is what we call, it can be the zero of a function, or it is equals to x-intercept of a function, or it is what? The solution of the equation. And if x minus if r is a solution or the zero of a function, or its x-intercept, then x minus r is a factor of f of x. And example 1 is asking us to find the zero of a function. When we say zero of a function, it means it is exactly the same as x-intercept, or it is exactly the same as what? Solution of the equation. It has three equivalent meaning. So whenever we are asked to find the zero of a function, it is exactly equal to x-intercept or solution of the equation. And our equation is given by f of x is equals to x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2. And whenever you are asked to find zero of a function, x-intercept solution, we have to first make f of x 0. Therefore, x cube plus 2x square minus x minus 2 is equal to, no, why do not make 0? Let's say f of x. So let's take a common. No, we have to make 0. Let's take a common. X square common. When x cube divided by x will be left. When 2x square divided by 2 will be left common. Minus 1. Negative x divided by minus 1. X will be left. Minus 2 divided by minus 1 plus 2 will be left. Is equals to 0. Common x plus 2. Therefore, when this number divided by x plus 2, x square will be left. When this number divided by 2, minus 1 will be left. And we know that x plus 2 times x square, 1 can also be written as 1 square is equals to 0. And we know that a square minus b square is equals to a plus b times a minus b. Therefore, x plus 2 times x minus 1 times x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, x plus 2 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0, or x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to minus 2, x is equals to 1, and x is equals to minus 1 are the 0 of the function. Therefore, final solution set is minus 2, minus 1. 1 is the 0 of a function. Either it is 0 of a function or x-intercept, or it is equals to solution of the equation. And for parabolic equation, parabolic function having a form of f of x is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, the sum of root, or it is equals to r1 plus r2 is given by minus b over a, and product of the root is equals to r1 times r2 is equals to c over a. And we are given what is the sum in the product of all value of x that satisfy 4x square plus 16x minus 13 is equals to 0. The value of a is equals to 4, the value of b is equals to 16, and the value of c is equals to minus 30. Therefore, r1 plus r2 is equals to minus b over a. This is equals to minus 16 over the value of a is 4. This is equals to minus 4. r1 times r2 is equals to c over a. The value of c is minus 30. The value of a is 4. And example 2 is asked us what is the difference between the root. We are asked if r1 is greater than r2, find r1 minus r2, sum r1 plus r2, and product r1 times r2. We have a formula of r1 plus r2 is equals to what? Minus b over a. This is equal to minus the value of b is 9 over 3. Therefore, this is equals to minus 3. And r1 times r2 is equals to c over a. The value of c is minus 4. The value of a is c. Therefore, r1 times r2 is equals to minus 4 over 3, and r1 plus r2 is equals to minus 3. Therefore, let's say r1 is equals to minus 3 minus r2. Therefore, in terms of r1, we will insert negative 3 minus r2. Minus 3 minus r2 times r2 is equals to minus 4 over 3. Therefore, this is equals to minus 3 r square minus r2 square is equals to minus 4 over 3. When we collect this to the right, minus r2 square minus 3 r square plus 4 over 3 is equals to 0. By negative, positive, positive, negative. Therefore, r2 square plus 3r square minus 4 over 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, we know that for a correct we have a formula of x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Therefore, this is equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root of b square is equals to what? 3 square, 9 minus 4 times the value of a is 1, the value of c is minus 4 over 3 over 2 times the value of a is 1. Therefore, minus 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 16 over 3 over 2. Therefore, minus 3 plus or minus square root of, when you take 3 common, 3 divided 27 plus 16 over 2. Therefore, this is equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 27 plus 16 is 43 over 3 over 2. And let's say both R1 and R2 is greater than 0. So we will take R2 is equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 43 over 3 over 2. We will take a positive value. Therefore, R1 is equals to minus 3 minus of minus 3 plus square root of 43 over 3 over 2. This is the value of R1. This is the value, and we are asked to find R1 minus R2. You can solve it. And the second is we are asked to find and it is example 10. It says that the parabola have a vertex, therefore coordinate of the vertex is given. Coordinate of the vertex is equals to xy or minus b over 2a, and f of minus b over 2a is given. What and what? Minus 3 and minus 1, and it pass through point PO is given minus 5 3. If a line L have a slope of m means slope of minus 21 passes through PO 1 minus 2. If the two equation of a parabola intersection point is given AB, the intersection point is given AB, and we are asked to find the value of A plus B, AB, and A plus 2 times B. We are asked 3 things. Solution. Let's say the parabola has a form of f of x is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, and we are given x is equals to minus b over 2a is given minus 3. Therefore, minus b is equals to minus 6a. Therefore, b is equals to 6a, and f of minus b over 2a is equals to what? Minus 1. Therefore, minus 1 is equals to minus b over 2 is minus 3. A times minus 3 square plus b times minus 3 plus c. Therefore, minus 1 is equals to 9a minus 3b plus c. And we are given the value of b is 6a. Minus 1 is equals to 9a minus 3 times the value of b is 6a plus c. Therefore, minus 1 is equals to 9a minus 18a plus c. Therefore, c is equals to minus 1 plus 9a. This is equation 1. And we are given the parabola passes through minus 1 3. Therefore, it passes through minus 5 3. This is the value of x. This is the value of y. Therefore, f of x is equals to ax square plus bx plus 3. The value of y is 3. Therefore, 3 is equals to a times the value of x is minus 5 the whole square plus b times the value of x is minus 5 plus 3. Therefore, 3 is equals to 25a minus 5b plus c. And we know that the value of b is 6 times a. Therefore, 3 is equals to 25a minus 5 times the value of b is 6a plus c. Therefore, 3 is equals to 25a minus 13a plus c. Therefore, 3 is equals to minus 5a plus this is equation 2. Equation 1 have already given c is equals to minus 1 plus 9 times a. When we collect to the right, it becomes c minus 9 times a is equals to minus 1, and c minus 5 times a is equals to c. Therefore, we can solve this linear equation. We have to multiply the negative of our coefficient 1 times negative minus 1, and the coefficient of this is 1. Therefore, minus c plus 9a is equals to 1. c minus 5 times a is equals to 3. Therefore, c will be, this is equals to 4 times a is equals to 4. Therefore, the value of a is 1. So we already get the value of a is equals to 1, and we have already found know that b is 6 times a. Therefore, b is equals to 6 times the value of a is 1, and c is given by minus 1 plus 9 times a. Therefore, c is equals to minus 1 plus 9 times the value of a is 1. Therefore, c is equals to minus 1 plus 9. And the quadratic equation have a form of f of x is equals to, this is equals to 8 ax square plus bx plus c. Therefore, the value of a is 1x square plus the value of b is 6x plus 8. Therefore, x square plus 6x plus 8 is the equation of the parabolic equation. This is our first equation. And the second one is we are given slope and point. M is given minus 1, and the second line L1 passes through 1 minus 1. Passes through what? 1 minus 2. And first you have to know what does mean slope. Slope means it is equals to m. This is equals to when you are given 2 point x1, y1 and x2, y2. M is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or change in y over change in x. Change in y over change in x is already given minus 1. And this is 0.1 and this is point. And to find the equation of a line, we use m is equals to y minus y2 over x minus x2, or m is equals to y minus y1 over x minus x1 if you are given 2 points. But if you are only given 1 point, we will use that only point. In our case, we are given only slope and point. M is equals to minus 21, and the point is, point 1 is 1 minus 2. Therefore, this is x, this is, let's say, x1, y1. Therefore, m is equals to y minus y1 over x minus x1. So therefore, the value of m is minus 21. Let's write minus 21 is equals to y minus of the value of, this is x, this is y. The value of y1 is minus 2 over x minus 1. Therefore, minus 21 is equals to y plus 2 over x minus 1. Therefore, over 1 crisscross. Minus 21 times x minus 1 is equals to y plus 2. Therefore, this minus 21x plus 21 is equals to y plus 2. Therefore, y is equals to minus 21x plus 19. And we are given this equation and this equation intersect at a point what? xy. This point is equals to AB, and we are asked to find these 2 points. Therefore, we have to equate this in this formula. Y is equals to x square plus 6x plus 8, and y is equals to minus 21x plus 90. We have to equate them. Therefore, x square plus 6x plus 8, in terms of y, we will insert this is equals to minus 21x plus 19. Therefore, x square plus 6x minus 21 plus 21x plus 8 minus 19 is equals to 0. Therefore, x square plus 27 x minus 11 is equals to 0. When we add, it will give us 27. When we multiply, it will give us minus 11. So when we solve using a quadratic formula, x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2 times of a. The value of b is minus 27. Minus 27 plus or minus square root of 27 square minus 4 times the value of a is 1. The value of is minus 11 over 2 times the value of a is 1. Therefore minus 27 plus or minus, when you simplify this, it is equals to 27.8 over 2. Therefore the value of x is equals to minus 27 plus or minus 27.8 over 2, or minus 27 minus 27.8 over 2. Therefore this is equal to 0.8 over 2, or minus 54.8 over 2. Therefore x is equals to 0.4, or x is equals to minus 27.4. Therefore the value of a can be either 0.4 or minus 27.4. Let's say both a and b are greater than 0. Therefore the value of a is only 0.0. Therefore f of 0.4 is equals to our equation x square plus 27 x minus 11 is equals to 0.4 the whole square plus 27 times 0.4 minus 11. Therefore the value of f of a is equals to, this is equals to b. So the value of ab is equals to 0.4 and minus 0.04. Therefore this is the value of a, this is the value. So you can solve a plus b, a times b, and a plus 2 times of b by inserting 0.4 in terms of a and minus 0.4 in terms 0.04 in terms of y. Example 3 is given by the number of voltage passes through the stove is directly proportional to the number of resistance. Let's say the number of voltage that pass through the stove B, V, and let's say the number of resistance that are found on the stove B, R, and we are given the number of voltage passing through the store is directly proportional. That means V is directly proportional to R. This is mathematical over R over R. Therefore this will be cancelled, and V over R is equals to some constant value K. Therefore V is equals to some constant K times R. Or if we have two situations, we use this V1 over R1 is equals to V2 over R2 is equals to K, and we are given there will be V1 is given 210 volt pass when the resistance R1 is 8 ohm, and we are asked how much voltage. We are asked to find V2 when the resistance R2 is equals to 16 ohm. We already found that V1 over R1 is equals to V2 over R2. Therefore voltage 1 is 210 volt over 8 ohm is equals to V2 over 16 ohm crisscross. Therefore V2 is equals to 210 volt times 16 ohm over 8 ohm. Therefore this will be cancelled, and we can 2 times V2 is equals to 420 volt. This is the voltage that passed through the stove when the resistance was 8 ohm. And this example B, the B portion is the stove use 43% of voltage to give brightness. Therefore 43% was used for the purpose of brightness. In the rest means 100 minus 43% is equals to 57% was used. The rest of the voltage was used to cook food. Therefore, these have been used to cook food. And what is the number of voltage used to give brightness when we use a 4 ohm? We have given R2 is equals to 4 ohm, and we know that V1 was 210 volt and R1 was 8 ohm. We have to first find V2. Therefore, we know that V1 over R1 is equals to V2 over R2. Therefore, voltage 1 is 210 divided by 8 ohm is equals to V2 over 4 ohm. Therefore, V2 is equals to 210 times 4 ohm over 8 ohm. This will be cancelled to 105 volt pass when the resistance was 8 ohm. Therefore, out of 105 that pass through the stove, 53 over 100 of the total voltage 105 was used for cooking, and 43 over 100, this is 57. 43 over 100 of 105 was used for brightness, and we are asked to find this. What percent of voltage have been used for brightness? This is equals to 45.15. And example 1 is given by if 1 ohm is equals to 12p, how many ohm will be needed for 12E is equals to how many rho? Therefore, first we are given 1 ohm is equals to 24E. The first thing you have to make, we know that 1E is equals to 12 times E. Therefore, and this also can be written as from this equation 1 rho is can be written as 24 times 1 times E. Therefore, over 24 over 24. This will be cancelled, and 1 is equals to 1 rho over 24. And we already know that 1 P is equals to 12 times O. This also can be written as 1 is equals to 12 times 1. Therefore, in terms of this, we will insert this. Therefore, 1 P is equals to 12 times 1 rho over 20. Therefore, this will be cancelled and it become 2. Therefore, 1 rho is equals to rho over 2. Therefore, rho is equals to 2 times P. But we are asked to find rho in terms of phi. Therefore, first we are given 1 P is equals to 12 times rho. Therefore, 24 M is equals to X. First, X is equals to 12 P times 24 rho over 1 rho. Therefore, this will be cancelled and X is equals to 288 P. And we already know that 1 rho is equals to 24 times P. Therefore, 288 rho is equals to X. Therefore, X is equals to 288 rho times 1 over 24 P. This will be cancelled and X is equals to 12 rho. And now we are going to talk about quadrant. Therefore, we know that in the graph, this is X, this is Y, this is negative Y, and this is negative X. This is called first quadrant. This is called second quadrant. This is called third quadrant. This is called fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, both X and Y are positive. positive, positive. In the second quadrant, x and y are x, negative, y, positive. In the third quadrant, x and y are both negative, negative. And in the fourth quadrant, both x and y are not x. This is positive, this is negative. So let's work some examples. In which quadrant to the point PO 1, 5, this is A, B, PO minus 1, minus 3, C, PO 3, minus 5, D, PO minus 3, 5 found. We know that if both x and y are positive, 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 because 1 is positive and 5 are positive, it will be found in the first quadrant. And if the value of x and the value of y are negative, negative, quadrant 3 have both a negative x and a negative, therefore this is third quadrant. And if you have a positive x and a negative y, positive x and negative y, it is found on the quadrant 4. And if you have a negative x and a positive y, it is found in the second quadrant. And let's do another extra. For example, minus 3, 2, 2, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, and 0, 2. Minus 3, 2 is negative, positive. Where do negative, positive found? Negative, positive. It is found on the second quadrant. And positive, negative, positive, negative, it is found on the fourth quadrant. And negative, 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 it is found on the third quadrant. Positive, 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 positive is found on the in the first quadrant. And let's talk about the distance between 2 points. Let's say this is x, this is y, and the distance between, let's say this is PO and this is P1. P1 and PO have their own XO, YO. This is X1, Y1, and we are asked to find the distance between P1 and P2. Distance D is equals to PO P1. This is distance is equals to square root of Y1 minus YO square plus X1 minus XO the whole square. Therefore distance formula is given by Y1 minus YO the whole square plus X1 minus XO the whole square. And let's do example 1. Example 1 are asked to find the distance between, we are given PO is 1, 4, and P1 is given 3 minus 5. We know that distance or the distance between PO up to P1 is given by square root of Y1 minus YO the whole square plus X1 minus XO the whole square. Therefore this is XO, this is YO, this is X1, this is Y1. Therefore this is equals to square root of Y1 is minus 5 minus 4 the whole square plus 3 minus 1 the whole square. This is equals to square root of minus 9 the whole square plus 2 the whole square. This is equal to square root of 81 plus 4. Therefore square root of 85 is the distance. D is equal to the distance between PO P1. And we are asked to find the midpoint between PO and P1. Midpoint. Let's say PO have a coordinate of XO, YO, and P1 contain X1, Y1, and the midpoint M. M in terms of X and Y is given by the value of X is found by taking the average between X1 plus XO plus X1 over 2 and YO plus Y1 over 2. Let's work some example. Find the midpoint of, we are given PO 2, 4, and P1 is given as 10, 24. Therefore we know that midpoint of xy is given by xo plus x1 over 2, yo plus y1 over 2. Therefore this is xo, this is yo, this is x1, this is y1. Therefore 2 plus 10 over 2 or 4 plus 24 over 2. Therefore this is equals to 12 over 2 or 28 over 2. This is equals to 6 and 1, 4. Therefore this is the mid distance between these 2 points from PO up to P1. And now we are going to talk about how to find slope. Slope means, we already talked about slope means change in y over change in x, or difference in the y coordinate divided by difference in the coordinate, and for a small value it will be dy by dx. Therefore slope is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's work some example. Find the slope of A is given, PO is 1, 0 and P1 is 5, 0. Let's say this A point, let's say this B. Therefore this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, and we know that slope is m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Therefore 0 minus 0 over x2 is 5 minus 1. Therefore 0 divided by 4 is 0. Therefore we have m of what? 0. And example B is asking us to find, we have given point A 5, 4 and point B 9, 9. We know that m is given, this is x1 y1 x2 y2. M is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Therefore 9 minus 4 over 9 minus 5. Therefore 5 over 4 is the slope. And C is given, point A is given 3 minus 4 and point B is given 3, 10. Therefore this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2, and we know that m is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Therefore 10 minus of minus 4 over 3 minus 3, this is equal to 14 over 0. We already talked about when number divided by 0 and 0 divided by a number. This is undefined and this is 0. Therefore this is undefined and it do not has a slope. It is simply means, it means a vertical line. When you draw this point, let's say this is 3 minus 4, 3 10. Therefore it is a vertical line and we don't have any slope. And let's do example. No example. Now we are going to talk about slope intercept equation. Slope intercept equation means y is equals to mx plus b. When you are given to find slope intercept equation, it means finding y is equals to mx plus b. And we are going to talk about the different behavior of this. Let's start. And if m is 0 and b is positive, then the graph will be the horizontal line, or it has a form of y is equals to b form. Since m is, if this is 0, we only found b. Therefore if b is positive, it will be above the x-axis, and if the value of b is negative, it will be below the x-axis. And the second one is, if m is greater than 0 and b is 0, the graph will be pass between first and third quadrant through the origin. Therefore this is the graph of y is equals to mx, where m is greater than 0. And C is if m is less than 0 and b is equals to 0, the graph will pass through the origin and second and fourth quadrant. Therefore this is second, this is fourth quadrant, and it passes through the origin. Therefore this is y is equals to mx graph where m is less than 0, and D is if m is greater than 0 and b less than 0, the graph will pass between first and third quadrant, but it do not pass through the origin, rather it will be pass through b less than 0, less than the origin, or in the negative direction. It will pass look like this. Therefore this is the graph of y is equals to mx plus b, where m positive and b negative value. And E is given by if m is greater than 0 and b less than 0. The graph will pass between first and third quadrant, but it will be above the y-axis. This is the y-axis. On the case of when b is less than 0, it will pass below the y-axis, but in our case b is greater than, it will be above the x-axis. Graph will pass. And f is given by if m is less than 0 and b less than 0, the graph will pass between second and fourth quadrant, but if b is less than 0, it will pass in the negative y direction. This is the graph. And if g is given by if m is less than 0 and b greater than 0, the graph will pass between second and fourth quadrant, but it will be above the y-axis. It must be above. And let's make some remark. The slope of vertical line or x is equals to k has a undefined or no slope. The slope of horizontal line have a general equation of y is equals to k, and it have a 0 slope. When you have a horizontal line, its slope is 0. When you have a vertical line, its slope is undefined or no slope. And we are already talked about how to find slope intercept equation. This means it have a general formula of y is equals to mx plus b, and we are asked how to find the value of m and how to find the value of y. We are going to talk about how to find the equation of a given graph. Let's take some example. When we are given 2 points, a is -1, 0, and b is given 3, 8. Therefore this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. We already know that m is given by changing y over changing x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Therefore m is equals to 8 minus 0 over 3 minus of minus 1. Therefore 8 over 4 is equals to 2. Therefore m is equals to find the equation of a graph, we use a formula m is equal to y minus y2 over x minus x2, or if we have 2 points, or m is equals to y minus y1 over x minus x1. Therefore we already found the slope m is 2, and we know that. Let's take point A. Point A have -1, 0, x1, y1. Let's use this formula. Therefore 2 is equals to y minus y1 over x minus x1. 2 is equals to y minus 0 over x minus of minus 1. Therefore 2 is equals to y over x plus 1. Therefore crisscross y is equals to 2 times x plus 1. 2x plus 2. This is the equation of a graph. And now we are going to talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Let's say L1 and L2 are two lines, and if L1 and L2 to be called parallel lines, the slope M1 must be equals to M2. And if two lines are said to be perpendicular, if M1 is equals to minus 1 over M2, or the multiplication of M1 times M2 must give minus 1. Therefore, if two lines are said to be parallel, their slope must be equal the same. And if two lines are said to be perpendicular, the multiplication of their slope must give minus 1. Let's talk some example. Example is given by y is equals to 5x plus 1 and y is equals to minus 1 over 5x plus 1. These have a form of y is equals to mx plus b. Therefore, this is line 1, this is line 2. What is the slope of line 1? m1 is equals to 5. What is the slope of y2? Is equals to minus 5 over. First we have to check, do m1 is equals to m2? Do 5 is equals to minus 1 over 5? No. Therefore, they are not parallel. Let's check if they are perpendicular. Do m1 times m2 give minus 1? 5 times minus 1 over 5 is equals to minus 1? Yes, minus 1 is equals to minus 1. Therefore, L1 and L2 are perpendicular lines. Let's do example 2. Example 2 is given by y is equals to 5x plus 1 and y is equals to 5x plus 8. This is line 1. This is line 2. It have a form of y is equals to mx plus b. What is the slope of the first equation? 5. What is the slope of the second equation? 5. Let's check if m1 and m2 are parallel lines. Two lines are said to be parallel if their slope m1 is equals to m2. Do 5 is equals to 5? Yes. Therefore, the lines L1 and L2 are parallel.